Twitch? What's up, YouTube? This is FJ. Happy New Year 2022. And this is BrackCast number 47. I just wanted to start this off a little bit before everyone else got here. I do plan on having a couple guests at least. But yeah, I wanted to have kind of a prompt start this week. What's up, man? I just went live. Yeah. Oh, coming on.
Sick.
But yeah, so this week, I guess the title of the stream, as you can see, is New Year, same shutdown. Gonna rant on that for a bit, and then we'll go on more pleasant subjects, probably some spoiler alerts, so look out for that one a little bit later. How you doing, Deji?
Chilling, man. Just
I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day. Like, oh man, it's been a while since seeing this guy's face. But yeah, otherwise I'm alright, man. Just had a busy work day. Just came back from a studio session.
Oh, nice. Today
yeah,
too?
Man.
Okay.
Yeah. Back to back. So that's kind of
both of them fire pit or not?
Oh no, this is for something else.
Okay.
For a song I'm working on with this artist is featuring me on the song. So.
Hey, nice, man. Congrats.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man.
Those are fun.
Oh, hold on. Let me fix this. I think I can use this camera. See if this will work better.
That looks good. Sound wise, oh wow, that's way better. Look at that. Upgrades.
Yeah.
What mic are you using though?
What mic?
Yeah.
Using my headphone mic. How's the quality?
It sounds good. Sounds
all right.
I mean, it's not the same, but it's good. It's clear, and there's not a lot of like noise background.
Sick, yeah. It's less of a cumbersome setup than the last whole contraption that I had before.
And the holidays were good. Did you have a good
break?
I
was able to go up north and see my parents, which was nice because I haven't seen them in a while. You know. Yeah, man. Ottawa.
In Ottawa. Okay, nice.
Yeah, not too far.
Okay.
Just been,
they're back from Jamaica.
Yeah, just been, I guess, trying to mentally gear up for this year, yo. I feel like there's a general sense in society right now that, like, man, we're having our prime. I guess for the younger generation, like our prime years being taken away or being hobbled by the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I feel like this year a lot of people are like, yo, man, let's get it.
Oh, you think people have this gung-ho attitude this year?
I think so. I mean, yeah.
Do you? Do you feel like you got a lot lined up?
I feel like I've always had a lot lined up. I just want to work better on executing stuff this year. It's one thing to have like plans, it's another thing to execute them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, deadlines are good for that. Setting actual like tangible deadlines. Those are good for like checking off things off the checklist,
Yeah, for sure.
I do not feel that way about this year.
What do you mean?
This year feels very similar to how last year started. Of like just waiting to see what will happen. A little bit more optimism though, because despite the spread of Omicron being like a higher spread rate, it doesn't appear to be as deadly. So the sense of danger isn't so high.
Yeah.
So in that sense, like I'm more optimistic about maybe where these variants are going. I don't know. Hopefully nothing comes out again that's worse than Delta, but like we have weddings and events and bar mitzvahs lined up for the year, but really dependent on how this lockdown proceeds, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to only be 2 weeks. I don't know how much numbers can possibly drop in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
because okay, so they just started it on the 5th, but 2 weeks from the 5th would be the uproar of the holiday break. So you know what I mean, because it's a 2 week
Yeah.
incubation.
Hmm.
So if anything, numbers should be going up in the next 2 weeks
Yeah.
because of what happened in over the break. Great. Well, you know what? That's not true because now apparently, yeah, you know after 2 days. You know after 2 days if you get it, right?
Hmm.
It's just if you die from it, it goes.
Yeah.
What's
The
up,
the
Ginger? Thank you for tuning in. BrackCast today, podcast.
I guess the death rate has been pretty low, like the mortality rate for this variant.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like everybody's getting it, man. Like even when I was up north, like my aunt called and said that she just tested positive. Like I was hearing mad people I know test positive and people they know test positive.
I
So
wonder if I had it. Honestly, like 3 weeks ago, I was sick for a week, and it
yeah,
felt like a cold, but like it wasn't great. Like I normally can, not that I wasn't able to function, but I did allow myself to just stay in bed longer because like I even had a lower back pain and stuff like that. So oh no, Ginger has it right now too. I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah.
So yeah, someone in chat just said she has it right now. How are you feeling, Ginger? Is like symptoms are they heavy? Are they tolerable? Tested positive 2 days ago. Oh, 2 days after Christmas. She thought she had a sinus infection. With me, it felt like a cold. I didn't lose my sense of taste or smell. I still ate, um, but I had lower back pain and like yeah, crazy sinus stuff and sore throat. Not like
Shit.
heavy. The throat stuff wasn't heavy, but like the sinus stuff was annoying. And yeah, I was achy. I
Yeah.
don't think it was. It was probably just a bad cold. But I wasn't sick. I hadn't been sick in like 2 years, right?
Hmm.
So I felt like, oh, I guess I'm due. But I know everyone. You're right. Everyone's getting it. How do you work in the hospital? Like, how do you find that? Like, is it does it feel like it's even more overrun now?
Well, I work in a long-term care facility,
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry.
so it's a lot. No, it's okay. But it's just a little different. Like, um, I feel like hospitals would have a bit more um, difficulty with predicting who's coming in and out of the building.
Yeah.
Whereas because we have like a set of residents and we're not allowing any admissions at this time, like we kind of have a grid around like who's coming in the building. Like we know, like if you're not on the list, we're not letting you in type thing. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
And then the other is like my facilities during the first wave, like when COVID first came out, they were hit pretty hard. So they had to undergo like severe training and like uh, they replaced a lot of the management team, stuff like that. Like the hospital had to intervene, the military had to intervene. So we've gone through like rigorous training. So I guess in that sense, like there's not like a sense of panic or whatever. We're just kind of like, okay, we have to follow procedure now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all of our staff like are mandated to get like even like the booster dose now. So it's pretty. I mean, to have that insight is I guess a little. It gives me a bit more perspective on just like um, that part of it, as well as how the general public feels about things. So I kind of see both sides of it. You know, but yeah, at work it's pretty like we're pretty because we're on outbreak right now actually.
Right. That
So,
doesn't isn't that kind of a serious thing? Like that word isn't that a scary thing?
I mean, okay, so the term outbreak is used for any facility, like for our facility, it's used if one resident has COVID. We use the
Oh.
term outbreak. Yeah,
Oh.
so it's not like the entire building is affected or whatever. It's just
Okay.
if you have a case, that facility is considered to be on outbreak.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how kind of like the Ministry of Health does things. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's when we learn that stuff, then we're a bit more on high alert
Hmm.
and we put certain measures in place. But yeah, for the most part, It's just like, it's sad because we went on outbreak on Christmas Eve, so we had to put every single resident on lockdown, like on isolation, so they couldn't leave their rooms and shit. Couldn't have like general visitors.
Oh
So
man.
yeah, man, it was shitty. It sucks, man. It's shitty all around for everybody, man.
My take is the shut. Okay. I figure why not? Why not? Why don't we just put up the Ontario lockdown rules? Let's look that up. Full list of COVID restrictions. Okay, I'll put that up here so we can see it. Oh, that's too long.
So she said.
All right, let's show this as my example. Okay, podcast example. So here on CTV News, gathering limits / social gathering limits will be reduced to 5 people indoors, 10 people outdoors. Capacity will be limited at organized public events to 5 people indoors. Businesses and organizations will need to ensure employees work remotely unless the nature of their work requires them to be on site. Capacity at indoor weddings, funerals, and religious services, rites and ceremonies will be limited to 50% capacity of a particular room. Outdoor services are limited to the number of people that can maintain 2 meters of physical distance. Yeah.
What do you say? 50% capacity of a specific room?
Of a particular, like, you can't have more than 50% capacity in a room at any time. So if the room capacity is 300, you can have 150 people in there. But I don't, dude. I've been to some events. I was gonna say because I shoot these events, and nah. Even if the capacity of that room is like 1,000, and if that's like 1,000 in a conference, so you think about 50%, 500 people at a wedding in a hall. That's nah, man. That's that's the capacity number is if people are sitting next to each other in chairs. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Oh man. You know what this is? This is like having like a bad wound on your arm, and then like putting a Band-Aid over it, and then once that Band-Aid gets all soaked and dry and like fucked up, you put like another Band-Aid on top of it, but then the wound's just like getting worse, and then it, like all the Band-Aids are now soggy, so you just put another Band-Aid on top of it, and then you just put more Band-Aids, and then the wound's still fucked up, but you have like mad Band-Aids on your wrist. Like that's what I feel is just like happening. I'm just like, yo, this is ridiculous.
Okay, well, okay. I'll finish the rest. It says retail, shopping malls, permitted 50% capacity. Physical distancing, lineups, food courts will be required. Lineups at food courts will be required to... Wait, what? In lineup. Oh, sorry. Physical distancing in lineups, but food courts will be required to close. That sucks. Personal care services will be permitted to operate at 50% capacity. Okay, saunas, steam rooms, oxygen bars will be closed. So personal care, like haircut, salon, whatever. Public libraries, 50% capacity. Closures, indoor meeting, indoor dining. Okay, indoor dining. I think that's stupid. What do you think? Why are they allowing 50% at venues, but why are they closing restaurants? Why couldn't they just 50% restaurants too? Because it's the same logistical thing happening in there. You go in a group environment and you eat at a table. How is that different from like a wedding? Like they're trying to help the economy, right? Like
Yeah.
I understand, like we tried it last year. I guess it worked. But like didn't they figure out like all these the spread wasn't because of restaurants? The spread wasn't because of restaurants. Maybe bars. I'm gonna say like nomads at night, that bar setting. Yeah, not safe. I don't think that's a good idea. So if you allow restaurants though that are open maybe for lunch or dinner up to maybe 9 p.m. Imagine that. That's fine. They can still sell food, and they don't have to go lose so much money running their business. And we can still eat. We can still go out and eat up to 5 people at the table. What's up with that?
Yeah.
Why not? It's so. I think it's stupid. It's
A
unnecessary.
lot of it is like very just random. There's a lot of like randomness about like a lot of these restrictions, you know. Man, if it was me, if I was the supreme leader of this country, I would literally just like lock everything down for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Nobody's going
Super
anywhere.
shutdown. Okay.
Like
So, Mike
like
asked, "What if the government locks down bars but not restaurants?" What do you mean? I mean, if the bar operates as a restaurant during the day, that there's nothing. I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just when you're sitting at a bar and you're letting people in and they're walking around, they're drinking, they're not wearing their masks, walking around mingling with each other. Yeah, that's not cool. But when you actually just go to a restaurant to sit at a table and have a meal up to 5 people, that's what you're doing. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bars should close if they're running in the manner of that. But they did that before too, last year, where they kept the bar open, but you can't walk up to the bar. But they still had, limited seating per group, and But I think if you close at 9, it does, I think, for the most part, prevent that sort of activity from happening, the mingling and like the night scene, the bar night scene. That I can see is dangerous. But if you are just going with friends to a table to eat, no plans on going from table to table mingling with other people, then you're maintaining your social distancing in the bubble thing. Sorry, Deji, going back to you. Ultimate shutdown.
yeah, man, like literally bring out what they call it, the US, the National Guard and shit, the army,
Curfew.
curfew, like no, not even curfew, like you can't leave your house. Like
Oh, you
nobody's
just
going anywhere.
for 2 weeks.
Armed guards at
So work,
every like house.
no work. You shut down the whole country for 2 weeks.
Shut the whole country down. Pay everybody. This is
Well,
your money for the 2 weeks, whatever. You
okay.
know,
You
pay
pay
everyone.
everybody.
Pay everyone.
So,
That's so they're good.
but the
Like, cause
companies aren't. They're paying, but they're not making money.
just whoever needs cash, here's your cash. Basically, right?
Okay.
Shut the airport down. Shut
Oh yeah.
transportation down. Shut Uber down. Like shut everything down.
Hmm.
2 weeks, we're good. 2 weeks, everyone's out. That's it.
Like even do that now. Like because of
live for that now. We can't do that now.
I would have done that in the very beginning. I get that.
Exactly.
That's what all the other countries done. But it's too late now. Now it's
Yeah.
like commonplace. So
Yeah, we're just more band-aids, yo. Like I would have already chopped off the arm. Like fuck this.
like I'm flying. Like I have a planned trip in the beginning of February to fly to the other side of the country. It's domestic, but if you think about the length of time I'm traveling and the distance I'm traveling, it's like I'm going to another country. I don't want it to be messed up, honestly. I don't want to cancel my trip. I don't want to be like kept down. I don't think it will happen. I feel like domestic travel should be all right. I just got boosted 2 days ago just to be safe for that too.
Nice.
Got my third. But is travel open right now?
Yeah.
International?
It is still.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we haven't closed the borders again.
No, not
This is
yet.
all
Not
just
to my knowledge.
social stuff.
Yeah.
This is all just social stuff in Ontario even. I don't even know. Actually, it's the whole country pretty much. All schools have closed until the 17th. That's another thing too. I don't know if they're... It would be really good if all of these cases had referenced where, like how they got it. I know you can't know exactly, but you can narrow it down. It's not like, yeah, I went to a wedding this past Monday, and then after that, I went to eat out once with one other person, and then I went to see a movie. So it could have been any of those situations, but if I were to get it this week, my guess is going to be the wedding. You know what I mean? right?
Yeah.
Like, source it and then record the data and then see where all of most of, or the majority of these cases are coming from. So then you can, deploy lockdown measures according to that statistic, not just
Yeah.
some cover, as you said, band-aid of everything. Just like, let's just cover it all and see what happens. It's like,
Man, I would have shut everything down, yo.
well, that's what New Zealand did, right? And then they got herd immunity, and then some Canadian fucked it up or something. Like, they traveled they traveled there and then brought it into the country again, so they had to shut down again.
Yeah.
I
And
was
it's like
watching. Go ahead.
it's like, okay, you set up like an emergency essential service, like of just workers that do what I would do is after I shut everything down, like send everyone emergency care packages. Like, these are your meals for 2 weeks. You give them like a box at the start of every week. This should cover you and your family for the week. You get people to deliver that shit just like to the front, so no one comes in contact or has to go pick it up anywhere. And like you have like your delivery people, and then you have like your trash people, because obviously everyone's like trash is building up inside their house. They put it
Yeah,
outside, get the trash people to, just like regular, but like more refined. And then you get like what else? Like, what else would you need? Like, you just hire people to do those services. You keep everyone at home for 2 weeks, shut everything down. That way it doesn't get transmitted to anybody. And then you do like high intensity screening at the airport when you open everything back up. So it's like you develop a system where the PCR, you like put fucking labs in the airport.
yeah.
So like they do the PCR shit there, they can get the result 10 minutes, boom, on to the next, But it's just like right now,
That's another thing, man. Like, even this PCR test, like, it's becoming a profitable thing now just to sell tests, right? So, and Omicron is even more easily spread than Delta and the original. Like, they should have figured out a much less intrusive and easily accessible way to test this now. There's by now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
yeah.
it exists, but they just won't do it because, like, they probably developed, already produced all these PCR tests or rapid tests and all these different kinds of tests. And I mean, they need to be consumed, otherwise it's a waste. If you release this blanket new easy breathalyzer way of testing, it'll just render all the other tests obsolete. So it's like they're just trying to use up the stock. This is my conspiracy mind working.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? It's like,
I agree with that.
I feel like it's stupid. It's stupid. Like, the measures to do, to prevent the spread, but then yet the tests are still unnecessarily intrusive. It
Yeah.
is dumb.
Of course someone's gonna have like, oh, we gotta sell these. Oh,
Yeah.
we gotta sell these tests. Like, someone's for sure gonna want to profit off of it. Like, who?
So
Like,
they're
come
holding
on.
back that next level easy test. I bet you.
Stupid, man. It's so
For
stupid.
those curious, so the first year there was something called CERB, which is the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit, or Emergency Recovery Benefit, maybe. And then the second year, which was, and I'll give a brief summary of what it is. The first year, every 2 weeks, if you qualified, and by qualify means like you couldn't work, and you suffered a loss in your income. But I don't know if the 50% thing was there, but basically nobody was kind of working for that first year, so they gave you $2,000 for the 2 weeks, as a benefit. They gave it to anyone who wasn't able to work. On the second year, they called it CRB, which is the Canada Recovery Benefit. And that one, they gave you $450 a week that you qualified. So they made sure to check weekly now. And to be eligible for that, if you had, so imagine you had a certain amount of income in the year 2019. You divide that annual income by 52 weeks. You take that number and you divide it by 2. 50% of that, right? So in 2020, if that week period you made less than 50% of an average weekly in 2019, you get $450 that week. That was CRB, right? And then this year, changed it up again. They brought. I thought it was over. I thought it was done. This year it's called Canadian Working Lockdown Benefit, and it's different because now, again, if you qualify, if you made 50% of your average income from the past 2 years, 2020, 2021. So where there's somehow they determined, $450 would help somebody in a week if they made 50% of what they made in 2019 on a normal year. Now they're taking the reduced annual income of 2020 or 2021, halving that again. And if you make half of that, you get $270 in a week. So they just halved everything. They halved the requirement and they halved the benefit. Which, again, still is something. I don't even think they need to be doing this. I don't think it's necessary. I think it's a kind of a silly response. But hey, if you're eligible, take advantage. But there's the basic summary. If you made less than 50% in a week this year of your average in 2020 or 2021 during the pandemic, so that's already reduced income, you could be eligible for $270 per week. So there you go. I'll take it if I can take it, I can take it. But that went from $2,000 every 2 weeks down to $450 a week, now down to $270 a week. So it's interesting the way they're doing it.
Some damn corporations.
Well, it's the government.
I know. They're a corporation.
Well,
the man.
Yeah, I guess that's what you mean. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think people are I can see it already, like the homeschooling, and the big issue now is there's no one working. Yeah. Yeah. Before, people made more from serve than work. Oh yeah. I think that's what it was too. That's a great point that Mike just brought up. People had more incentive to not go back to work because they made more money from the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit than actual work. And yeah, that was stupid. That's why I thought it was silly for them to do that. And then the following year, it was a bit of it made sense to break it down weekly because, you can have a really strong week one week and then a really shitty week the next week, You don't think it was silly? Offering an incentive for people not to work? To keep people off work. People were the first lockdown. Yeah, the first lockdown. I don't think they needed to give out money. What's up, DayDay? Or not that in that capacity anyway. We're talking about lockdown and stimulus checks, as you would call them over there, where you're from.
It's not working.
Uh-oh.
What was I going with though? Okay, yeah. So the biggest thing I think right now are the kids. The kids now are having to learn from home. It's hard for us to really judge, right? Because our situation is different. How is it different, Mike? I mean, your situation was different from my situation, but maybe you're talking about in terms of needing the money. But yeah, that's true. Some people needed it, some people didn't. But that's the thing. I don't think the criteria in which they distributed it wasn't really thought out. It could have been. Granted, they didn't really have enough time to prepare for something like that, but it was a little irresponsibly done, and people took advantage of it. So to say the CERB wasn't necessary, I didn't say it wasn't necessary. I just say the criteria at which they based CERB on was silly because people were able to exploit it, and that's that's all. That's all I'm saying. The kids, I see my niece and my niece. Daycares are still open right now for some reason, but school, they're back home, and man, I saw how it affected, like the kid that I teach every week, like his morale, like his mental health, just like deteriorated the more he studied, like the more he had to work, study from home.
Damn.
And just this week, it was just like the first 2 days, I think, right? First day, and my niece is just sad. She's just like, she's like, I like it better at school. Like, I miss my friends, right? I miss, and I get it, but I don't know what I'm saying.
That sucks, man. It would suck to be like a youth right now. It's like isolated from your friends.
Nice.
Gotta learn through a screen. You'll be watching the screen all day. Watching the screen at school, watching the screen after school.
Like Mike just said, sucks to be in uni, and I was just about to ask, like, do you think the younger kids have it worse, or as you said, prime years, like late teens, 20s?
Like anyone from like preschool to like post grad right now.
All right, so
Sucks.
Kate, yeah,
Sucks, man. Like your whole experience is just like trash right now.
You know how like they basically opened up that vaccine for 12 and over. So are kids getting it now?
Well,
Or like,
I believe so.
yeah, you do. Did you say you believe so, or you don't?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so like 4 or 5-year-olds are getting COVID now. 6-year-olds,
The
8-year-olds.
vaccine or the
No,
or COVID?
getting sick. Are they actually getting sick?
Oh, I'm not sure if they're getting sick, but I believe they're getting the vaccine now. Because they're only saving, I know, at least the Pfizer for people that are, 25 and younger.
Yeah.
So.
Mike's saying 3 years with bad social life. If you're stuck in university with this, yeah, that's.
And it's like it's already the years you're like awkward. So like, just imagine like the chance to like to develop those social skills just like in the toilet.
Yeah, I mean, if I can think back to like Waterloo, if we had to go through those days, I probably would have dropped out.
Bruh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
What?
if I could have made it through,
Like, yo, like, oh shit. Like, I didn't even think about that. Like, you just made me put it in like my shoes.
Yeah.
That would have been fucked up.
I don't think I could have done it. Like, I was already pretty depressed from like the academic standpoint, and what saved me was UW hip hop. But then UW hip hop wouldn't have existed because they wouldn't have allowed us to, So it's
that's crazy.
I would have just been miserable.
Yeah, I probably like.
That's true, Mike. That's true. How you doing, DayDay?
Good.
Like, we would have never met any of each other.
No, yeah. Well, I didn't even meet you at Waterloo.
Yeah,
met you after.
But I just mean like the general
Yeah.
like UW hip hop community.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. What's up, Daddy?
Good.
Are you back?
That looks like you downloaded from like DeviantArt or something.
I just found a neon wallpaper I could find to
Looks
cover
like-
the background because it's messy. Feel the
Oh,
people
have
you
those
meet in
effects?
university is sometimes more important than the education. I agree.
Big facts.
Yes.
How do you do the fucking video shit?
Nice.
Discord has it. You can there's various ones that you can select in Discord.
Let me see this shit. Where's the button?
Settings, voice and video.
Look at this shit, son.
Anyway.
Server settings?
No. You server settings? No, you.
It's under video.
Yeah, you click the User settings,
User settings.
and then scroll down
Voice
to
and
voice
video.
and video.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
yeah.
Here, let me see if there's your stuff here.
Like
Oh,
saying the field, the people you meet in uni is sometimes more important than the education. In my case, definitely. Like, I don't think I use any of what I learned in university. Well, the social skills, I guess. Differentiation? Do I ever differentiate? No.
exactly.
Even stats? Econ?
I don't remember a thing from any of my courses. None.
Man, do you think it'll just be obsolete? Post-secondary?
Man, can you
It
imagine?
was already obsolete when I went.
I know in terms of like its necessity, but like where even that whole, because you know it makes so much money, like it's so much money and it generates so much debt for the country. It's a good thing for that economy, but like imagine they just like, you know what, we don't need this anymore, and they just shut down all universities. All campuses just become like residences. They just convert all to corporate buildings. It's possible.
It's too easy to make money off of universities. They'll never not. If anything, they'll probably create another thing that's after university.
Yo, like the fact
Yeah,
that people are
masters.
like still paying full tuition price right now, like, because I'm sure people are still paying full tuition prices, right?
How much is tuition now? I don't even remember.
It should be like half, yo. If that, it should be like 60%, like cut off, because that like
Because you're paying for the facility, right? You're paying
Yeah.
to use the classrooms. You're paying for not just the knowledge, I guess. Like the professor too. His or her like interaction with you.
It's online.
It's all online, yeah. And it's a lot of times it's like automated, right? It's like some courseware thing that they made. Yeah.
that's so stupid, yo.
You don't get to use the
And tens of-
facility
Paying tens of thousands of dollars to stare at my MacBook. It's a stare Zoom.
at home.
Yo.
And you got to pay for that internet too. If you don't have internet, you can't do it. You got to like,
I mean, if you don't have internet, you probably shouldn't be in the university in the first place.
well, I'm just saying like cost, right?
Yeah, if you can't afford internet, you shouldn't be attending post-secondary in the first place.
I don't know if the word is should. It's just you can't.
What?
I
I don't know
definitely.
If you
I agree
if you
with
can't afford internet, you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
I don't know
You
if
can't
I
go
agree
to-
with that.
Yeah, I don't know about that statement. It's like you don't deserve it because you can't pay for internet. It's like,
Like,
but if that was part of
you
the budget, you know.
I mean, if you're struggling to keep up with a monthly cost of internet, then how you even?
Okay, I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's
So
silly.
you're saying if you can't afford to pay your internet bill,
To attend the
it's
Zoom
probably
call. or whatever.
it's probably not wise to try to be in university and try to pay those costs.
Yes.
You
yes.
don't deserve an education.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah. It's not about deserving.
Well,
I know
yeah.
what he's trying to
that's
say.
a-
It's
that's
more
a
like,
separate, yeah.
Yeah.
but like even let's say like these international students who like come here. I mean, yeah, they have even higher costs, right? Their tuitions are even higher because they're international. They got to pay more. But let's say, yeah, like whatever technology that they have, their laptops aren't up to snuff to handle, you know, these.
Yeah, because sometimes that's not
FaceTimes and
people's
stuff.
fault.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
people using old laptops still just so they can browse, just so they go online. But now they have to have laptops that can handle conference calls like this. Like they have to have a webcam. They have to have a webcam now. Like that's a standard. Oh, I can't go to class because I don't have a webcam. You know, like a lot of old laptops didn't have that.
back in my home country, Nigeria, my parents went to university for free, yo. Like at one point, it was free. Like there wasn't a tuition, and that university was like esteemed and shit. So it's like
How does that work?
I don't know, but apparently that's how it was back then.
Not enough
So-
people wanted to go, so they had room.
I don't know, but that made sense to me. It's like okay, let's just give you the education. Like, let's just give it to you, and then if you want to join the workforce or whatever, like, okay, then we can start like, then we can pay you whatever. But the knowledge is free, you know.
Mike said Germans get free too, I think. It's true that there's no tuition, but apparently they find other ways to take your money. Like, there's just other ways. Like,
Okay, maybe you got to do like some community service or whatever. Like, I'm down for that.
no, it's
You
like
know?
inflated costs on like the books, inflated costs on like the residents.
Tuition's free, but this textbook will cost you $2,000.
Yeah, it's like something like that, something like that, or like, yeah, your money just goes somewhere else. But I don't even know why tuition is.
Bro, tens of thousands of dollars to give me a sheet of paper.
Is that the cost per year?
And textbooks
I mean,
are inflated for us. That's true. Yeah, they are.
Well, yeah, our textbooks were already inflated too. So imagine theirs. Oh yeah, too, and I guess the profs aren't paid as much, but yeah, there's like bribery involved and stuff, or like maybe like even extra
Too-
programs outside of class if you wanted to like succeed.
Two highly underpaid professions, man. Cops and police officers.
Cops and police officers
Oh, sorry, professors and police officers.
are highly underpaid.
Yep. Teachers.
Profs, teachers. Okay, profs are.
Teachers
I
and
think
police
profs are very. Aren't they well paid? Profs, not teachers and like under university level. I'm pretty sure profs get paid well. Cause like the school gets paid. It's not public. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, it should be like teachers and cops should be like should go through like the same training as like doctors, man. Like they need like psychological training because they're dealing with people in very critical stages of like molding like their person. So you need to be highly like intelligent with regards to the psychology of like a younger person and a child, like they need to go through serious training. It's not just about like what you're teaching, like going to school to learn about how to teach this. It's like, no, like you need to learn about how these people are going to receive this information and how to like get across to them and how to navigate when you run into conflict with children, because children will like lash back at you and stuff like that. They need high
I think
sensitivity training.
your jacket's rubbing on your mic.
Oh shit.
I was like, is the window open?
I thought someone was like scratching. I thought you were listening
shit.
to like somebody scratching.
Oh shit. No, but they just need like high like
Yeah.
sensitivity training. Same with cops, man. Like they need to go through like Navy SEAL shit.
Well, yeah. And you're right about just even being able to analyze the situation and make the right judgment call. Have you guys all had like experiences in through school where like your teacher had a meltdown? A mental breakdown?
Yes.
Oh shit.
I had one too. Grade 7. She quit. Like she couldn't handle our class.
I
I don't think I contributed to that, but I could see how she lost her mind and quit. Like, you know what I mean?
we're at Heaven's Gates. God turns back to FJ's FJ in class. Fuck you, bitch.
I look back at I look back at that class. I guess I was a little high and mighty on myself then, and I was like, it wasn't that bad. I don't know why it wasn't that bad. I didn't
She
think.
could have just had a really bad day.
Yeah.
Or like a couple weeks maybe, because it looked like a deterioration. I just saw her deteriorate, and then she finally quit. It's like, oh damn. Were we that bad? I was like thinking back, like, were we that bad? But you're right, like the mental fortitude to handle that too, to not be like bullied by the students, and like pushed around. Dangerous
real,
minds, More Michelle Pfeiffers out there.
Yeah, man, kids are intimidating, yo. You seen Kindergarten Cop?
Yeah.
Bruh. Because they don't give a shit. They just tell you what's on their mind,
Have you guys had any experiences through school where you could tell the teacher was taking it out on their students? Like something was going on maybe personally, but then they would like be extra strict or mean to certain students maybe from bias. You ever see that?
No, but my teacher in grade 8 was racist towards me.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
But
Pretty sure my English teacher in grade 9 was racist.
Damn.
Definitely favored those who looked like her.
yeah, mine was
White.
favoring the
Yeah.
rich kids, the rich
Oh.
family kids. Yeah.
It's crazy when you grow up and you realize these people are just humans.
Yeah, right? Yeah, no, that's a great. Growing up, man, I was like, authority, right? They have power. I have to listen to them. They're like parents, but not related to me. That's what I looked at them as.
Oh,
My
really?
teacher. Authority, yeah, because that's how I functioned, and that's why I was obedient. That's why I listened. And then later on, yeah, they're like, they could have been like the bottom of the class. Like, it just barely made it.
Yeah.
They could have been like crazy drunks and druggies through school, and then nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, it's like the whole decorum of like the official educator. There's like, yeah, a normal person life behind that. I never thought of it. I never thought of them that way.
Because I think back to my grade 6 teacher. He was like this cool dude that always came to class, Mr. Martin. He's this cool like black dude. He was like 6'3". He always came to school like driving a motorbike and shit. And then when he come to class, he just put his helmet on the desk. And so like I was
That's
like,
a
yo,
flex.
this guy's so sick.
Yeah, that's a flex.
This guy's so sick. And then like I just grew up and I was like, yo, that guy was probably like 28 or some shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I just remember 2 of our teachers in elementary school were like into each other. They developed a relationship.
Yeah, that happened.
And then you see that, and then you go out to the mall, and then you see your 2 teachers on a date,
shit.
and you're like, that's weird. What's going on over here? Is that allowed?
Clapping her cheeks. After school. Oh man. On the desk, on your desk.
Is your lockdown similar right now too, DayDay? Do you have one? Or is there even one? Oh, no new lockdown?
Wow. Yeah, they're just chilling.
Yeah, US,
All
I don't
just
think.
chilling with Omicron.
And what do you think? Is that fine? You think it's cool?
Whatever,
Oh,
yeah.
hell no.
Oh, you think there should be some
Dude.
lockdown again?
Dude, the past like 3 weeks or so, I've had the most amount of news from all of my friends and people that I know getting positive.
Getting
Damn.
it, yes.
Yeah.
You're right. Me too.
It's insane. It's like
Yeah.
like an exponential difference than
Wow.
when the first COVID started, you know? And that was I guess that was with the lockdown too, but like
That's crazy,
Even
yo.
this past weekend I heard like 6 or 7 new people, and I'm like,
God
And
damn.
they're all fine, yeah?
no.
They're not
Oh,
all fine?
shit.
Like, as in,
they're
like,
not.
it could be fatal?
Some are really sick, and some are like, well, yeah, there's some that have like barely any symptoms, but some are really sick, and it's not good. But there's no lockdown, so whatever.
That's crazy, yo.
And it's gotten to a point where you can't even they don't accept you for testing at certain clinics if you don't have appointments a week earlier, because it's so packed.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, before you used to be able to just go and like walk in and get tested. Now you can't.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Bruh.
it's like this year is like starting off way worse than last year or the year before, in terms of like, you know, people getting infected and like, yeah.
How's in terms of the anti-vax climate down there? Have you seen a shift at all? Are people, because so many more people are getting sick, do you find like people are more readily adopting
Well,
of
the
that
thing is,
vax
these
now?
people are all vaccinated.
There are
So it's
vaccinated.
like,
So
yeah.
it's like it's helping the cause of like anti-vax. Like, see, it doesn't work. Why bother? Right?
I have not run into people like
seen
that,
some of
but at
that.
the same time, I avoid people like that in the first place. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I have people, or
Yeah,
I've recently come across someone who got double vaxxed, but they're like, fuck the booster. Boosters
oh no,
fucking
you need to
like
get the booster.
boosters
You
messing
definitely-
people up. And like, how are you pro-vax
No.
but anti-booster?
It's to help you, if anything, because after I think 6 or 7 months of you getting vaccinated, the effect wears off.
Which is
So-
weird, right? So can we really use the word vax now? Like, are these actually vaccine? They're not
I mean, I don't know. I don't have the right
scientific.
information and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
I mean, I would rather get vaccinated than go through what some people that I know who weren't vaccinated went through. You know,
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't wanna.
No, for sure. For sure.
Like since this whole initial breakout, I've lost 4 people that I know personally. So
Damn.
like
That's-
whether it is through work or like through a friend or whatever it was, like
you've met them in person.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
I've talked, I've chilled, we've ate, we went to places, and
Wow.
yeah, they're
That's
gone
crazy.
now. So it's, I mean, if you want to, believe and the whole like anti-vax thing, that's good for you. But like, if you get sick and you die, like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I told you so, but that's your fault. Can't.
Those 4, were they all also vaxxed?
2 of them were. Two of them were. 2 of them. The other 2 were not.
Or not?
Yeah.
Man, yo, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's okay. It was rough when it happened, but I'm okay now. Because it was so crazy because it all happened in like within 3 months. 3 months time frame. Like it was like what?
Like
the hell is
summer-ish,
going-
summer fall.
Yeah,
last year.
summer-ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
When things started opening,
Yeah.
So okay. Because of that, because of your personal relation, like you had 4 people that you've met, lose their lives. Are you like, what's your fear factor? Are you like scared of this?
No.
You're not
I
scared.
mean, well, I already had it.
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's confirmed, right? Like
Mhm.
asymptomatic, you had it though.
Yeah. And that's because they say it's because I was vaccinated that I was asymptomatic. So, I mean, it makes sense, I guess.
Could you? Could you get it again or not?
Omicron, I could, yes, because the first 2 apparently doesn't do much against Omicron, but the booster does.
I didn't
think.
know that. I thought it was
I
all the
don't-
same shit. But
Now there's a new one from France called Florine or whatever it is, the new variant. So it's just popping up everywhere. Yeah, there's a completely new variant after Omicron that's
oh
now
god.
in France, and that's spreading too. So
Oh,
Yo, you're fucked. man.
oh my god.
this
This isn't
year
gonna.
is,
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Do we have any
fucked, bro.
characteristics on that? Is it similar where it spreads really easily, or is it like Delta, which is like deadly?
I have
Yo,
no
all
idea.
of a
I just read
sudden-
it on the news.
All of a sudden, the metaverse makes so much more sense.
What's the metaverse?
Just plug in.
Yo, 'cause
Matrix.
no one's gonna be able to leave their house.
Yeah.
Oh, is that like the VR
A
stuff?
a
that
virtual
Facebook-
world. yeah,
Facebook
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
Facebook shit.
I mean, if it gets
Kind of
there,
makes sense.
Like, if you think about it, like, if we ever get to that stage where this virus turns into something that's just like
You can't leave your house.
highly transmissible and highly deadly, like, bruh.
I guess.
Yeah,
It's great.
like Ebola on a
On
global
steroids.
scale, right? So you're not scared. Okay. I don't
No,
see.
if it happens, it happens.
I got freaked out a little bit. Also, summerish is when I started feeling it getting closer to me because people I knew were getting it, and one person that I actually met died from it. So that was like, oh, it's real now. And I was a little more fearful then, and then getting vaxxed, and then the second vax made me feel like, all right, then I'm cool again, you know, which I think is a little naive. And then I find out, particularly with Pfizer, after 3 months, the efficacy is like it's not even worth it anymore. So you got to get the booster. I got my booster on a pop-up vac center 2 days ago.
Nice.
So maybe for 3 more months I'll feel like safe or something. But I definitely don't feel that same fear level that I did. You know, the bubble. What happened to bubble protocols? People don't do bubble stuff anymore.
Bubble? What bubble
Social
stuff?
bubbles.
Where you had social bubbles, you can only like have 10 people in your bubble. You could only see 10 people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean that doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't really mean much when there's no like.
There's too many bands.
There's nothing against you if you don't follow that. You know.
I know.
It's not like
Yeah.
it's not like
It's
not
an
like
advisory.
Korea.
It's oh yeah, but
Yeah, they should be. They should if they're serious about that. They should have said it the way like the Korea has it set up. You can't have more than 4 people gathering after 6 p.m. And if somebody spots you and they report you to the police, the person who reported it gets money. They get like $200 or something, or if the report is true. So it's like, you know, that could be a way to do it. Like if they were serious about the whole, oh, make sure you don't have more than 10 people in a gathering or whatever, you know.
Man.
do you think this spread? Do you think asymptomatic people are really doing the spread?
It could. I don't know.
Like I can't see people who are getting sick choosing to still go out after they're sick. You know,
What?
Like if I was
What?
asymptomatic and I was vaccinated and the other person wasn't vaccinated, then yeah, I could probably give it to that person. That's what I
Right.
would.
Bro, people are sick, yo. And I'm not talking about an illness. Like I'm talking about like, yo, they're just selfish. Like the reason we went into outbreak at work was because someone who worked in a facility that was already on outbreak came to work and worked for 2 days when she knew she wasn't fucking supposed to do that shit. So it's like,
she did it for the money.
yo, yeah, of course. So like, yo, people are not gonna like people that are sick, they're still gonna go out and like do all sorts of shit because they have their own personal reasons, and sometimes you can't fault them because those are like some of those reasons are pretty serious. You know, it's like, fuck, if I was in that situation, I might fucking do the same shit. So it's like, yo, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
People are selfish, man. Like, and when they get sick, they get scared and do like stupid shit.
Like purposefully get other people sick.
Yeah, like no, dead ass, like exactly like that. Because it's like, oh
Like
my god,
didn't that girl who went to work, did she not have to wear PPE or what?
she just didn't tell anyone, you know. So like, we
She has
didn't even,
symptoms?
How did they find
So
out
we-
it was her?
because we started doing like rapid testing, and then when she became
Oh.
positive, that's when she mentioned
like-
the fact that she worked in a
It's
place
just
that
funny. You, it was you. It's like, and they're like, ah, damn, but you got me. Ah.
humans are gonna human, yo.
I was watching this comedy special from Louis C.K. It's called Sorry. It was good. It was funny. And he made a point. It was like, this is the first thing, I think, in human history where everyone in the entire world is facing the same thing. Would you agree?
Everyone in the entire world is facing. Yeah, I
The
guess
same
so.
thing. The first time in human history where we all had the same enemy, I guess.
I guess, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
ish.
Ish?
When the alien, yeah, when the
Except
aliens
New
come,
Zealand.
that's a different ballgame.
Except New Zealand. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like I think that's when it's gonna be like, okay, it's us versus them, because this is still there's still like different subcategories of like, ooh, I could profit off of this, you know. Just like some look at it as an enemy, some look at it as a come up type thing.
Okay, I looked up New Zealand because I thought New Zealand was like the peak of what the world should be, right? In terms of COVID.
Mm.
In the last 24 hours, their cases are minus 13, but their
Oh.
total is 1,068.
What does that mean? Minus 13.
What?
Uh,
Yo, we had cases.
They're
But
losing.
they
cases?
lost. They lost. Like their numbers going down, I guess. Recovered is
okay.
13,400 and.
Yeah,
Oh, that's oh. Okay, I get it now. The total like over the duration of the whole time, but in the last 24 hours, yeah, minus 13. So, yeah, maybe they've recovered at this point.
Oh, they got Novid.
Yeah,
No.
nobody died in the last 24 hours. Okay, so I guess there's nowhere in the world right now who is not immune to it, right? I mean, so there's no one in the world who's immune to it right now.
Nope.
New Zealand for a time had 0 cases, right? Like it was gone, right?
That's because they blocked, like they shut their country down. They didn't let anybody in, right?
Yeah.
So that would have did
Given.
Yeah.
martial law, yo.
So yeah, with that, I'm not feeling too optimistic. You know, and like even with the economy and this imminent crash or upcoming crash, like speculated to happen this year, is a little worrying. It's a little scary.
What crash?
I don't know. Everyone's saying there's gonna be a crash.
In what?
I don't know. In the economy, something similar to 08.
Oh
Something
man.
similar to.
Like the housing crisis?
It could, well, yeah, that could be a huge part of it because like they're super inflated right now. Houses are super inflated right now, price wise, right?
Right.
And they say, what isn't it like they have to like to try and balance it out? They're gonna raise it. They're gonna raise interest rates, which will then cause pricing to go down and like level out. I don't know.
Man.
People won't be able to afford. I don't know.
No, if the housing goes down, then people will be able to afford it more than it is now because the pricing, the prices will be cheaper.
They would only be cheaper, but it's because the interest rates are higher.
Interest rates would be higher,
and everyone's gonna have to borrow still anyway to buy the same house. It's just that they got to pay the banks more rather than pay for the cost. Like the cost.
So really, nothing changes.
Nothing really. You
pay less interest rate and you pay more for the house, or you pay more interest rate and pay less for the house.
Exactly.
So really, it doesn't really change.
Everything's rigged.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So not. I don't know.
But even like what overvaluation of just like everything. Like, do you think, you know, stock expert here, resident stock expert, like the current prices of these stocks, of even the ones that are doing so well, would you say they are legit? Like, it's like, that's what they're worth. Or do you think they're inflated? Or do you think they're undervalued?
Depends on which sector you're looking at. But if you're talking about like the popular, like the tech and Teslas and Apples or whatever, I mean, of course they are of course you can look at that and be like, wow, that's really expensive. But people said the same shit 10 years ago. So it's like, do I think they're over like priced? Yes, but do I think they're gonna go like to zero? No. That's never gonna happen.
It won't crash, but it could. Yeah, and it'll always bounce back.
Even if it does, that's temporary. It's not a permanent thing. Like it's the same story over and over every single year, you know? Like, I mean, I haven't been doing this for a long time, but like ever since I started, there's always been something, you know, oh, it's the Trump with China war and the tweet wars. And then before that, it's like, and then now after that, it was the whole like COVID thing. And then now it's the inflation, and, you know, next year it'll be something else. And then the year after that, it'll be something else. And there's always going to be people talking about there's going to be a crash. And yeah, sure, you can keep waiting.
So the 2000s and the 2008s, or even the
whatever
1921, those things. Are those anomalies, or is that a cyclical thing? Like it's supposed to happen.
I don't think they're supposed to happen, but even if they were to happen, it will recover. Like
Yeah.
the
Oh
whole
yeah.
dot,
Because
the
they
whole
all did.
.com,
Yeah.
yes,
Right. They
exactly.
still
Like
did.
the .com crash, Amazon was $2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
So I
There'll be shifts and stuff, but yeah, you're right. It's I mean, my biggest indicator for like just constant up is menu pricing. When you just look at the cost of the same stuff that's existed 30 years ago, you know, just like a Big Mac. Basically, a Big Mac is what I look at.
Yeah,
And
dude.
every time the Big Mac goes up in price, I'm like, it's that again.
I think I went to drive through like a couple days ago. It was like 2 sets. I was one Mc what's number 2 quarter pounder and one Big Mac set, and it was like 29 something, and I'm like, what?
What?
God damn.
I was like, how? It's McDonald's. Because I try to always get like the whole McDouble and then like whatever the value menus, but then like I was like, whatever, I'm hungry, I'm in a hurry, so I'll just order it. And then I was like, that doesn't seem right. Like
I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I'm gonna ask, what was the last regular price of a Big Mac that you remember seeing? Regular price. What? How much is a Big Mac?
Like the set or just the burger?
Just the sandwich. Just the sandwich. Do you ever know? Do you ever remember?
I $5.99 maybe.
Maybe
For a
like
bit.
$4.99.
That's more than what it is now.
Yeah.
$3.
So
No.
My
So
is
it's
outdated.
like it's in the future. You're thinking about the price in the future.
Hmm.
Like
Oh,
right now
more
it's
than now.
it's $5.65.
Really?
It's like $5.69
Oh, wow.
right now for one Big
Yeah,
Mac.
see, even
Canadian,
Canadian, like,
for
wow.
just the sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah, that should be $3.
I remember. Okay, so that's a good. They have a coupon code right on the McDonald's app, and when it's on promo, it was $3.
Yeah, that should be the price.
Now the promo is $4. So it's like,
Wow.
or now they're testing out. They're testing it out. So now there was a $3.49, there was a $3.79. Right now the lowest I've seen in the last year is $3.29. So it's like, so if the promo used to be $3 and now it's $3.29, 30 cents. That's a 10% increase in promo price. So the $5.65, yeah, it'll be $5.99. I think by the end of the year, maybe. Especially with COVID, it might even break $6 in the next couple of years. It's for the same sandwich. The same sandwich we used to buy, you know.
For peanuts.
Yeah. In the 90s. Do you guys
Crazy
remember what a
life.
Big Mac was? I don't. $2.79 maybe? Maybe.
Yeah,
Man,
nuts.
robbery, yo.
5 to 10 years from now, Starbucks venti is gonna be like $14.99,
We're at
$16.99,
$13.
That's crazy.
and minimum wage is gonna be at $25 an hour.
25.
Can you imagine? Like, oh my
Bruh.
gosh.
Well, yeah, it's like when we saw prices back in the 30s where, like, you know, it's
A
like
house.
3 cents for a loaf of bread. You know, you could buy a car for $1,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. You
yeah.
guys have any kind of like New Year's projections? Not resolution. I don't believe in them. We talked about this last year, but like,
Yeah.
projections.
Projections? Like, what do you mean? Like, what's gonna happen this year?
Well, you know how people, as you said, when you use the word resolution, it's like there was a problem and they need to change it, so they use the turning of the calendar year to address it. And we're like, nah, we're not going to talk about that. But it's just like, what do you think is something to look forward to this year?
In 2022.
Like, I'm turning 40, bro.
Oh shit! You're right.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
I'm not looking forward to this year.
That's a big milestone for sure.
Oh, man.
My last big bang was 39, and that was during pandemic, so it didn't really feel like a big bang. But like, I'm going on this snowboarding trip in February. Japan was like an idea. I thought that was gonna be a huge thing this year before turning 40. I don't think that's happening anymore.
I don't think that's gonna happen, man. With this whole
That
stupid
sucks,
COVID
man.
shit, it's
Fuck.
yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
I can't afford it anyway.
projections.
Yeah, what do you
I
guys?
don't know,
2022.
I see another form of like, I don't know, because I think about the whole verses thing. You guys know about verses?
What do you mean?
You know that whole thing that rappers and producers were doing where they would face each other?
Okay.
Oh, you
No.
guys never heard of this?
Like, wasn't it called something else in Netflix or something?
No. It was like it was put together by Swiss Beats and producer Timbaland,
Mm-hmm.
and they would get like Snoop Dogg did a verses against DMX.
I heard about that
Um,
one. Yeah.
who else went against each other? Like it was just all these rappers and producers competing and stuff like that. So I'm just saying that to say
Like
like I see.
live, or they just pull up music.
Well, initially that's the thing. It was virtual
Yeah.
because no one could like meet up, right? So it was like virtual, and that's how it all started. Once
Yeah.
restrictions lifted, they became able to do it live and stuff. But
Uh-huh.
I just see some other like form of entertainment coming out of this. Something that has to maybe do with like, VR, which is already in place, of course, but I see more stuff being incorporated that has to do with like VR as well as, the natural, like VR of like the natural environment or just like um, another like interaction based social media that has to do with like there's like a VR integration or something. Like I see that coming in the near future just because of like the continuity of this shit. It's like lockdown out, lockdown out, lockdown out. So that's why I was just like, oh wow, like the metaverse thing is kind of making a bit more sense now. But I don't know if that's gonna happen this year, but I see a lot of uh, what's the name of that place where all the tech people live?
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I see a lot of Silicon Valley dollars going toward that shit.
I mean, I went to the movie. I saw Spiderman.
Yo,
A couple days ago. We'll segue to that. But I didn't think I would see theaters still maintained, at this point. But they have been, and I wonder just how much longer are they gonna last? Because they can't afford it.
right.
And there are people still holding concerts and stuff too. But moving forward, yeah, is that stuff still gonna actually happen?
Yeah.
Festivals and
Festivals are still happening. I know there was a big EDC that still went on last year, despite the whole COVID thing. I know a bunch of people that went. It's like a huge 5-day, 6-day thing in Vegas.
that still happened last year, right? But then, yeah,
Yep.
US is like, they're the last to kind of tighten things up, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, they be wilding over there.
Like, is there anywhere else in the world really that's like, who's the worst now? Do we even know? Remember when we used to check
Because both cases?
that website every day?
Yeah, I used to check it daily.
Yeah,
Bruh.
you send us screenshots every day. It's
Yeah, I did.
top 5, top
Um,
10, but like I don't even know.
I mean, I'm sure it's like a whole completely different site now because I'm sure it has the whole vaccination stats also included now. But I'm pretty sure US is still number 1, and then
Shit.
after that is probably UK. That's my guess.
Oh, so it's not China, but China
No,
stopped
dude,
reporting.
China stopped counting after 80,000 cases. They're like,
Man.
we've cured COVID.
Yeah. Well, they have their own vax too, right?
Oh, do they?
I think so.
I mean, makes sense.
They have their version of everything. I'm sure they have their own variants of COVID and the vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, US is number 1, UK is number 2, France, Spain,
Yeah, UK.
Italy, Germany, Turkey, Russia, Argentina, then Canada.
Wow.
Now the difference is the past 28 days there has been 500,000 cases in Canada for just the past 28 days alone.
Uh-huh.
And for US, the past 28 days in comparison is 2.8 million cases.
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
Oh no, sorry, I read that wrong. 8.1 million cases. My bad.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the last month, 8.1 million cases.
Yeah.
Are there death tallies there?
Yeah. So last 28 days in Canada, there has been 676 deaths.
Okay.
And in US, there's been 37,000.
Okay.
So, yeah, there you go.
Hmm.
But we
Sure,
feel
wow.
chill, right? We feel like, yo, let's like go out and get some food. It's like,
Yeah, I'm going out tomorrow to drink.
yeah, dude, I see your stories and stuff, and like, where are the masks? Sometimes
I
see
keep
the
on my
masks.
mask all the time.
Yeah,
Fucking- I don't know how I got it, but whatever. It's okay.
dude, the wedding I shot this past week, I was like, and none of them wore masks. None of them. Then there must have been
Yikes.
over a couple hundred people there.
Damn.
My
That's
guess.
terrible.
And I know, you know, there was I remember there was a duration where like people were tight about like doing the check, give me the QR code, whatever. And yeah, I still see that in some venues, but many don't even do that. They kind of just trust the clientele to like they manage it themselves, you know?
You know what's weird? You know how when I went to when I visited, I was kind of shocked that they were asking for the vaccination cards like for restaurants and stuff
Yeah.
Mm.
because they didn't do that here. And then when I came back, they started doing that here. I was like, oh, it's kind of
That's
late.
a good thing, right?
Yeah, but bars don't check.
Yeah.
Bars, they don't care. They're like, they ask you at the door. There's always this random guy at the door that like when you open the door and you're about to go in, he asks you, "Are you vaccinated?" And you say yes, and then he lets you in.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
even
How am
check
I
the
gonna
card.
say no?
Like,
Yeah.
if he says no, then you'd be like, "Are you sick?" Okay, then whatever.
Oh,
He just let you in. Like, because we had one of our not my friend, but it was my friend of uh another friend who was visiting, and he wasn't vaccinated, but they were like, he's from out of town and blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, well, just don't make sure he doesn't take off his mask, and then they let him in. And I'm like, this is why we're at 8.1 million cases.
Humans gonna human.
Yeah,
That's like
fun.
that's like the people at the door. Remember that shit? The people at the door, they be asking you, "Do you have any of these symptoms that they call flu?" Blah blah blah.
yeah.
Like, yo, who is gonna say yes?
Yeah, I
You
know.
telling me I
You've
took
already made the decision
get
to
here?
go, right? It's like
I took 2 buses to get here to get my groceries. You think I'm gonna tell you yes?
It's just a
Yeah.
formality. Their job is just to ask.
yeah.
So
But if someone gets sick there, same result, right? Like you gotta shut it down and then
Like if I was one of those people, I would have been like, man, I know you lying.
yo, oh man, I remember the Costco lines in the first year. This is the last time I went to Costco. It was 2 years ago and I quit Costco because I'm like I don't want to wait in these lines anymore.
Damn.
oh, you quit Costco?
Like I stopped. Yeah, I don't go anymore. Well,
Nice.
this convenience wise, there's no frills right here. It's fine. I miss it, but man, I just remember where like the protocols kept like evolving. There's
Yeah.
like they're cleaning the carts and stuff, and there was this ridiculous like roller coaster type of queue line just to enter Costco because they could only
Crazy.
allow a certain number of people in there. So
true.
checkout lines were short. Checkout lines were fast because there's barely anyone inside. But the line to go inside was ridiculous. I was like, I'm not waiting for that. Screw that. But I don't think it'll go back to that. I don't actually think it'll go back to that level of like ridiculousness where people were, you know, collecting toilet paper and
Bruh.
Or eggs.
eggs. Apparently, there's a shortage of rice. So
Dude,
rice.
there's a shortage of like apple juice in one of my like next was it orange juice or apple juice? I don't remember which one, but basically they it's not because they don't have the fruits. They don't have the truck drivers to deliver them.
What?
Like because they're not they're not working.
Yeah. Logistics stuff. That makes sense.
It's like Oh, and you know what's funny? I read the other day. Guess who the top candidate for the Republican Party is for 2024 election?
Trump.
Yeah,
Oh, what?
it's crazy, man.
Humans
2024.
are human.
He's the leading candidate. So it would be, I think it'll be hilarious if he actually runs for it again, and then. I don't
Well, if
know,
he
I
runs
don't
for it
know.
again, he could win again.
Yeah, he
Who would he
could.
face? Michelle Obama? Maybe.
No, 2024, right? So there would be, it would be, it would be Biden.
Biden
Yeah.
rematch.
Yeah, but he's not gonna last.
Who, Trump or Biden?
Biden, like he's.
Bruh, that
Look at
dude.
that guy.
The last.
Do you think he'll last 2 more? Well,
I don't
maybe
know.
he might just
I
step
don't know.
down because he can't. He doesn't have the energy. Like, no, not. I'm not like
He's
knocking
not
him.
doing anything. He's literally
Exactly.
not doing anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like it.
Like the amount of the media coverage or whatever compared to like Trump to him
Trump?
is like it's such a
It's a 180.
yeah.
Vice president
Like,
is.
I don't
is-
know what he's doing. Nobody knows what he's doing. He's like,
Who's the vice president again?
whatever the lady.
Kamala
Is it-
Harris.
Is
Yeah,
it Pam?
yeah.
Kamala, right?
Yeah.
So apparently, yeah, the plan is, if if Biden steps down before 50% of his term,
Uh-huh.
and then the VP takes over,
Yeah.
that term that he that year that he steps out from, that first 50% counts
Mhm.
towards the vice presidents. So Biden just needs to last one day after 50% so that the vice president can finish that term and then get reelected again 2 more times. And they're saying when that happens, she will have the support of like Michelle Obama. So it would be like the team of Kamala Harris and Michelle Obama. And that's whoever Republicans will be facing Trump. Trump would probably be facing them in a couple years. Which makes sense, I think.
I just think it's funny that he's coming back. And
I don't see anyone else who would.
Isn't he under investigation right now? Like,
I don't know. I don't know
He's
what
been
he's
under the
doing either,
radar.
but-
Yeah, he's
crazy.
been quiet.
But he's the leading candidate for the Republican Party.
Is he banned from Twitter still?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, on that note, we all see Spider-Man?
Yes.
Oh man.
Thoughts?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert,
Do
guys.
not
If you have not seen
continue.
Spider-Man, you do not have to
You've
watch
been
anymore.
warned.
I understand.
Oh buddy. That was
I thought it was okay. I wasn't
I was amazed.
I wasn't mind blown, but it was good.
Really? Did you know what was gonna happen though? Because I didn't.
I speculated obviously because the
that
villains
was
were
all-
there. The villains were there. Like it's like I speculated.
I thought maybe like it'd be cool if they did, but then like when the movie started, I was like, oh, okay, it's not gonna happen.
That's what
And
I
then it
thought too.
happened.
I thought
it
too.
happened.
About
I was like,
until it happened, I didn't think it was gonna happen because
yeah.
apparently, yeah, even Tobey Maguire said he wasn't in it. Like he denied being in it. It
And
like
then after
it was
the
in the
movie-
news.
After the movie, people were like, "Give Andrew Garfield an Oscar for denying
Bruh.
like, acting like that, like he wasn't in the movie the whole time before the movie's like for all the
Yeah.
interviews that he did.
Yeah.
He did a real good job. Like I believed him. I thought he wasn't in it.
So my critique was, so you're telling me the first person to find Tom Holland, that Spider-Man, was Doc Ock, right? Doc Ock was the first of the other dimension to show up because Spider-Man was being chased by the media. But every time we come across Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, they're like, yeah, I appeared here and first thing I wanted to do was find you, Spider-Man. but it took him forever. Like it took the Spider-Man men took the longest to find him. All the other villains found him way before the Spider-Man found him. So that was just like, oh, but they have the spinally tingle sense and stuff.
Green Goblin stole that movie from me.
Yes, that was
Yeah,
sick.
bro.
Yo,
It was so good.
Yo,
that was good.
so good.
Even
Like,
the Aunt
like-
May scene, man, that got me. That I cried there too, man. I was like, damn, that's strong.
Like that scene where like they're all in that apartment and then he gets that sense and
He
then
switches,
like,
yeah.
his face just I was like,
Yeah.
it was so good. Man,
Yeah, that fight was, man, that was
that was
great
brutal.
fight.
I really.
Yeah.
Oh, the fight in the apartment building. You mean?
Yeah, with him and Green Goblin. Jeez,
Yeah,
That was
that shit was hard.
yeah.
And then
I like
the
I like the
tearjerker-
dynamic between the three of them, like the brotherhood. It was.
They're so sick.
I liked how they maintained their identities in each movie, and they made fun of that. They made fun of the fact that they were different in each
When
movie.
Toby did the
The
thing,
web
they're like,
shooter.
He's
That
"This
came out
comes
of your
you?"
body.
does it come out of any other part of your body?
Yeah. That was so good, man.
It was so funny.
The part where Andy Garfield's like, "Oh, you guys have been out in space? Nah."
Like, I want to fight an alien.
It's like I feel like I'm nothing special. It's like, no, man, you're amazing. you're amazing, because his movies were Amazing Spider-Man, right? So
yeah. I don't want to brag, but I was in the Avengers. That's great.
who are the Avengers? Are they in a band? Are you in a band?
Yeah, it was so good. And I
Shows.
loved how they did the ending too, because that's like that just sets up for the next one. Really, really. well.
It was a
Yeah.
hole. It was a big hole for me. That was a big hole for me.
What? Which one?
Because the initial spell was everyone will forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. That was the original spell.
Yes.
And then Tom Holland was just like, can you include MJ and Aunt May and his friends so he doesn't have to go through the hassle of telling them again?
Mhm.
Which is nothing. Honestly, it's nothing. Just tell them again. Because they already know you're Peter Parker anyway, right?
Yeah.
So they fuck up the spell, whole movie. And at the very end, the spell, which Doctor Strange already knows how to do, he's like, everyone will forget who Spider-Man is, or like who Peter Parker is. So now it's not even just that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. No one's gonna know Peter Parker at all.
Yeah.
And it's like, but why did you have to take that measure at that point? It's like, I don't get it. I don't get why you had to take that measure at the end. It didn't make sense to me.
Who
It could have
Peter-
just been back to no one knew his identity. That's it.
No one knew his identity. Oh. Was
So now in this universe, Peter Parker doesn't exist.
The reason for that change was because he changed the fates of the villains in the other universes.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
So to compensate for that, and then to put it back, and then be like not to mess up the thing, they had to make a new solution to cover the thing. That was my understanding. That's why they had to go even further and get rid of his entire like Peter Parker thing.
Right.
And that's what I understood. And I thought that was like when at the end when he is about to tell them, but then he doesn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
I
they're
felt
setting
that.
up for
Yeah.
they're setting up for Hobgoblin, because in the comics Ned is Hobgoblin.
Oh, really?
Oh, what?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. So I was like, oh shit, they're gonna okay. And,
Really?
yeah.
Wait, what? I thought it was
Yeah.
Harry.
No, well, that's the other like that's not
The other universe.
That's the
The
other
other
universe.
best friend. Harry
Yeah,
Osborn was
other
the
best
Osborn version. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
then,
so-
and then it was like extra funny when he was going around like asking them like, and then they were, do you have a best friend? And he's like, yeah. And until he tried to kill me or whatever, and then he
Yeah.
says, oh, I promise I won't be a crazy assassin or and try to kill you. And then Tom Holland was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, this is foreshadowing. I was like,
Oh, shit.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
yeah. And then the ending
Oh,
happened. I
dude,
was
it's
like,
like that,
yes.
right?
Well, I thought it was fair because, okay, the only inconsistency between the three Spider-Mans, but I don't think in any of the other Spider-Mans, Tobey Maguire's universe and Garfield's, no one knew who Peter Parker was, right? Like they didn't know. He didn't have like people he shared his identity with.
Yeah.
But Tom had a whole like team of people who knew,
Yeah.
right? They still hid it from their Aunt May. They still hid it from like, and that's why when he told Emma Stone, Garfield told Gwen, she dies. Like anyone. So they all had to have someone that died.
And the dad died first. Her dad died first when he found out too. Right?
Wait, what? Gwen?
Gwen's dad died when he found out he was Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah.
The lizard scene, right?
Yeah. So I see the parallels, right? So they all had someone that they lost. It was important to them.
Oh.
But then they also killed somebody. They all killed someone, didn't they? Yo, what's up?
What?
Hey, Paul. Oh,
What's up,
Paul,
Paul?
did you see Spider-Man?
No.
Oh,
Ow.
okay, stop talking.
No, I don't really care. I don't mind. I'm so far behind in any kind of Marvel movie. The best Spider-Man 2 anyway, so.
Spider-Man 2.
With Toby?
With
Yeah.
which one?
Tobey Maguire and Doc Ock.
Yeah, that's my favorite Spider-Man, Loki.
Favorite Spider-Man, yeah.
Was he the
Yeah,
one? Was
he
that
was
when he was
going
dancing
through
in
it.
his suit or no?
No, that's
Yeah,
3.
three.
That's 3. That was horrible. Okay, yeah.
And
Doc
two,
Ock
he
was
was
good.
going through it, yo.
One was sick though when it first came out. One was like, whoa, like,
Yeah, it was a game changer.
yeah.
Like, whoa, the graphics. He's swinging around. It's like it looks real, right? Looked good.
Yeah, actually. And then 2 punched you in the feelings, yo.
Yeah.
Because that's when he was trying to be with MJ, but like MJ was with Harry, and then Harry was like, "Oh, you stole my girl from me," and then he slapped him and shit at the party. I was like, "God damn!" And MJ went with that astronaut and shit, and then he was losing his powers.
And one had the upside down kiss and shit. It was just like, yo,
Yeah.
that was iconic.
That was
like
iconic.
Oh yeah.
That one, Best Kiss, MTV. I think. But yeah, we were talking about the new one. We were like going over details of the latest one, which was good. Even if you didn't watch the other ones, I think you could still watch this and enjoy it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the one with Mysterio. I'm like back 2 movies maybe.
Hmm.
Right.
That's good. That was a good one too.
That one was they tie it in, so maybe that's a good one to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta watch them.
He was pretty dope in like the 2 Infinity Wars too.
Yeah.
Spider-Man character.
I didn't know he was that
nice.
jacked until that scene in the beginning where he's like
Oh yeah.
naked with Zendaya.
Tom Holland, I think he actually does like gymnastics, like even before
Yeah.
he this role.
He's hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Like
Trapeze, I think, right? Isn't it?
some
I don't
shit.
know. Yeah.
Some shit. Out here doing flips and shit.
Did you guys see Matrix already?
Oh man.
I did not.
Okay. But you plan to, right, DayDay?
Yes.
And Paul?
Don't talk anything.
yeah, I haven't seen it yet, and I plan to. Yeah.
All right.
Can I talk shit about it though?
Oh,
In a general sense?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Like I
Well, have
won't
you
mention
not heard
I
any-
details.
have low expectations, you know.
Have you heard any reviews? Like have you heard about
No,
like
I
how
didn't
bad
watch
or
it.
good it's
I didn't.
doing?
Okay,
I
so
didn't read anything.
Oh. Then I'll
yeah.
So it's
just-
bad, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was watching it and I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Damn.
Oh, really?
but then I finished
That
it,
bad?
and then I still committed myself to finish it, which I didn't mind. But I don't know, man. Yeah. If you're going in with low expectations, it's good.
That's fine.
It's been 10 years, right? Or 20 years.
20, I think.
20 years. You'd think it should look amazing.
Oh, that's what you meant. How some movies, the recent movies, are worse looking than the. Okay, I see.
Oh, in my message. Did I
Yeah,
message
yeah.
that? Yeah, I
You
just
did.
thought it would look like make it look better. Just, effects. But no. Not in my taste, but again, it's probably because I'm biased because I really like the originals, right? So if you change it, obviously I'm gonna be like, what? But anyway, that's all I'll say.
Yeah.
I wish it could have been better. That's all. And I watched YouTube. One thing, I watched YouTube analysis of people who looked at the trailer, and then they had all these theories from the trailer. And I was like, wow, that's super cool. I would love if they did that. Like, yeah, those are really cool ideas. And then when I saw the movie, I was like, what? It's like, oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, Deji and I will talk about this another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, I didn't even bother watching Immortals. I thought I was gonna. I thought that would be the
Immortals?
first.
Shoot,
I have to watch Immortals. I haven't seen it yet.
I thought that'd be the first movie I'd see in the theater coming out of the pandemic. It was not.
What's Immortals?
Was it the Marvel one?
Marvel with
Eternals?
Eternals,
or...
Eternals, yeah.
Eternals.
Did I say Eternals or Immortal? I said Immortals. I said.
Yeah, I've seen
But I
Eternals.
I
understood.
meant you knew what I was talking about. I meant Eternals. Eternals, yeah.
Eternals was pretty. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good.
That's the movie I watched with Shang-Chi.
Oh yeah, that one.
I did not like that movie.
You didn't like it? See, some people really liked it, and then for me, I
Was it
wasn't a
too
fan.
stereotypical?
I know a lot of people who liked it, so I
It was fun. And like, it's corny as hell, but it was fun. You know,
Yeah,
To be
it's
honest-
corny.
terrible actress, but you know, it is. She just plays Aquafina. So
Aquafina plays as her, as herself. Yeah.
her role is just to play Aquafina. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of that. It was okay. Maybe anything Asian related. I'm just like I'm biased.
like if I went to the theaters to watch that, I would have been pissed.
you hated it that much? Because I
Watch
watched it.
Shang-Chi, eh?
Because I watched it on Disney Plus, and I was like, oh my god, if I paid money for this shit,
Whoa. Well, maybe
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I watched it at a drive-in, and that ruined the experience for me. So, because it was too
shit.
dark, like I couldn't see details. I was like, "What's going on?"
Oh, damn. Yeah, I guess I was doing a drive-in.
But I watched it
Drive-in.
again, or at least I watched the details that I missed. I got to see those details, and I was like, "Oh, okay." But I didn't even want to watch the whole movie again. Like, it's okay. I liked Free Guy more.
Free Guy was really
It
good.
was awesome.
Free Guy was an awesome movie. I would
Yeah,
recommend
this
that.
this new yo, is my mic fucked up?
No.
It's good. Okay. This
Just
new,
gotta make sure
like,
it's not resting
phase?
on the.
This new phase of Marvel movies feels like very like B level. Like the only dope like Marvel level movie that's come out is like No Way Home. I feel
Yeah.
like since Infinity War
Yeah.
or Endgame, sorry, it's just been like B level shit.
Yeah.
Well,
I think a lot of the focus went to like the Disney Plus stuff, like the
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's
series.
cool. Like
Mhm.
the
Loki-
series stuff is dope.
I like Loki. Loki was good.
Loki was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no,
Vision was really good too.
sorry, what was good?
WandaVision.
Yeah, no, that stuff was dope. I mean, those are like shows, so I guess that's on brand for Marvel because for regular shows they were pretty dope. But I just feel like movies, because like what movies have come out? Shang-Chi and what else? Fucking Black Widow.
Oh, and yeah, I haven't seen those. I haven't seen Black Widow.
I forgot about Black Widow.
Yeah,
and,
like,
and I saw it.
It's like, yo, in phase one, it was just hit after hit. Even the obscure shit, Ant-Man was fucking fire.
Yeah, Ant-Man
You know?
was good.
Like, yo, Ant-Man was amazing. Like, at the second one, Ant-Man and the Wasp, I was like, yo, they're really making me care for this character. That's what, like, that's kind of been the
True.
beauty of Marvel. They bring out a random character and you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like Captain America, like, I don't fucking know shit about Captain America. Now it's like, yo, this guy's like,
Well, maybe that's it. The casting was just really good.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier was good too. I like
You
that
like
one.
that
yeah,
too?
that was good. That was good.
Well,
too.
yeah. See, it's based on the same casting. You know, it's based on the
Yes.
same thing they already fed from. But the new stuff is trying to bring in a new all-star cast with Eternals. So like, it's really I was hyped about it, and then I saw promo for it. I was like, this is too kiddish. Like it was too corny, childish
so
promo for
like,
it.
What was?
The promotion for Eternals,
Oh,
like the comedy behind, like the humor was very like slapstick, and it was like, oh, I don't want to.
how was the second Venom movie? Because I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna see it.
second
soon.
Venom movie was. It's like it's a popcorn movie.
Yeah, it's like
It's nothing. I mean,
Oh.
yeah, Carnage is there. It's cool, but like nothing.
It's not intense like the
nothing-
first movie. Oh
No way.
that first movie was intense.
Yes.
That was
Damn.
sick. Yeah.
No, Tom Hardy's. So
Only thing I didn't like about the first movie was the villain. The guy who played the villain, basically.
Wrath or whatever his name is. What's his name? Oh, fuck. I forgot the name. Shit. Riot. That's his name.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, no, when he was an alien, you mean?
Yeah.
No, I just mean the guy, like the antagonist. That dude.
The brown dude.
Yeah. I just didn't find him like intimidating.
Evil.
Yeah. It's like the Jafar. Remember Jafar with Will Prince's Will Smith's Aladdin?
Oh yeah,
That Jafar was better than the Venom bad guy to me. In my
Yeah. I can
You know what I mean?
can see yeah.
And how can that be? How could that
That's
Jafar?
the first movie I watched where the actor, like the actual actor, like made the cartoon version look way better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, when I was a kid, I was scared of the
Weird,
freaking.
Mario.
He had a really creepy, like skinny ass, long face, and like
Fucking weird.
Yeah, I didn't want to deal
Really
with that
weird
guy.
and goatee.
And he was ruthless, man.
yeah, he was like a pre-beta version of Slenderman. He's just super tall and skinny and just
Yeah, with a fucking big ass turban.
Well, just look at any other villain. Like, I can't think of any other villains that like actually killed people. Like in the beginning of Aladdin, he kills 2 people like immediately. He's like, "Oh, yeah, go in there, yeah," and then they just die. Like, he tells him to go in the mouth, and then he dies. It was like, okay, this guy's he's ruthless,
Crazy.
right? But anyway,
I liked Aladdin though. I didn't mind Aladdin. The Aladdin character was dope.
Aladdin
Yes.
was awesome.
yes,
Yeah.
I love that guy.
the live action, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they did okay. It was
Because that was the first live action thing, right? From
Yeah.
like cartoon to
Oh,
sorry.
I think Jungle
No,
Book
no.
was Jungle Book.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And then it was
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, right?
Beauty and the Beast. That was
And
bad.
then-
That one was bad.
And then Aladdin.
Emma
Yeah, when
Watson.
they went to Aladdin, everyone was like worried, especially because freaking
Will Smith.
like and he was all blue.
He did a
and,
good
like-
job, yo.
But he
Oh,
was
but
fine.
They
He
did
was
it with
fine.
Lion King too, actually.
I hated Lion
I
King.
hated the new
It
line
was
Live
so
action.
bad.
So bad.
Yeah.
because I was
They-
like,
How you gonna bring the freaking Mufasa voice actor back, but not Scar? Like, come on.
no,
Oh,
I mean,
Jeremy
I just
Irons.
felt like, I honestly felt like Donald Glover and Beyonce just didn't harmonize well.
Yeah, it didn't work. I didn't
I
like
just-
it.
I know they got talent, but I just felt like
Yeah.
it was just too much. I don't know.
Did you guys see the Jungle Book?
Yeah, that was good.
I think I did.
Did you
Yeah.
guys see? Did you guys see Mowgli?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I've seen both. Yeah, It's like-
Yo, Mowgli was fire.
yeah. Mowgli was good.
Holy shit, that was
Is that-
way better. in my
Is
It's
that
another like live action Jungle Book thing, but it was
Yeah.
like, what's his name is in it? Christian
Yeah.
Bale.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Christian Bale.
Bale?
Yeah,
Benedict Cumberbatch is in that movie too. He plays Shere Khan.
it's more of a serious one. Like they don't.
Yo, it's so sick, yo. Like,
Oh, I'm watching this. Yeah, it looks good.
yo, it's
It was
like,
good.
Uh, even just the feel of it, like you feel, because where's the Jungle Book supposed to take place?
Like India, like the
Yeah,
jungle.
you feel it. You
In the
feel the
jungle.
Yeah. No,
You
for real.
feel
Like,
it.
yeah, I agree. Mowgli was like, I actually understood the story. It's more in line with
Yeah,
Rudyard Kipling's like Jungle Book, like
yeah.
versus like the Disney version. So, and I finally was like, oh, that's the story of Jungle Book. I had no idea. I was like, I don't even know what's going on. So it was cool to see it that way.
Wow, the cast
kinda-
that's a big cast.
Yeah, it's a
kinda
big
cool
cast.
how like
Kate
Mowgli was like,
Blanchett and Benedict Cumberbatch?
bro,
What?
like, the cast is crazy. And yo, you know what they did too? They did like facial patterning. So like the animals literally kind of look like the actors.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's kind of off-putting for some people, but I thought it was kind of cool.
But better than Cats. I don't think anyone saw Cats. I didn't see Cats.
I didn't see it.
Cats.
But Jason Derulo's in it.
Jason Derulo was in Cats.
Yo, he's
About
classically
cats.
trained as an opera singer. So I was like, shit.
Oh dang, I didn't know that. But yeah, I will watch. I'll watch Mowgli.
Speaking of, I also, sorry, I also was really sad because Zazu wasn't the original voice actor too.
Zazu.
Oh yeah, it
Who,
was
who
what's
was
his name?
who was the original? Rowan Atkinson?
Yeah, Mr. Bean.
And then John
Oh.
Oliver took his place for the.
Yeah,
Oh,
made me
yeah,
sad.
true. Not bad.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
It's not the same guy. Yeah. But
Also,
yeah,
I didn't know. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Because
Go ahead.
you talked about Benedict Cumberbatch. I didn't know he was the Smaug in
Smog,
Hobbit.
dude.
Oh yeah, man.
You should see him. You should see when he was acting out the scene. Like they have him in the suit with all the
Yeah,
balls around him.
that's how I found out. I was like, what the heck? I was like,
Crazy.
No, that was him.
He's like, did you know that Deji that he actually
Yeah.
acted the
Oh no, I didn't know that.
the movement of the dragon too.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
he was
shit.
slithering around in a room.
That's hard.
Not just the voice standing behind like a microphone.
Nah,
He
that's
had like
dope. I like
he had a
that.
headpiece and he's like doing all the things.
It's like that's kind of cool because like it takes acting to another level because now you got to imitate an animal or like a mystical creature. That's why I like Andy Serkis so much. Like that's like another level of like acting.
Oh yeah.
He's in Mowgli.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
I see it in the thing, but yeah.
That guy's
Nick.
played so many dope fucking like classic characters, like Caesar, Gollum. I'm pretty sure he did King Kong too.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
He was in thing, right? Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the bad guy in Black Panther. Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Andy
Yeah.
Serkis.
I was just
For
saying
sure.
with Lion King, I think they said the biggest mistake was they tried to make them look too real. So you have voice actors who weren't very good at voice acting trying to add emotion and human qualities to animals that they tried to make as animal-like as possible. So
Oh,
then
yeah.
you just get a really flat movie. Like there was just like no emotion in the movie.
Mhm.
You just followed the story and you relied on the fact that you needed to know the original story.
Yeah,
was
I
like-
remember seeing a picture. It was like the list of all the emotions that Simba went through. It's like it's all the same picture. Happy,
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah,
Um,
but anyway. Are there like big ones coming up? That we like soon? I don't
or
remember seeing another big one.
I don't know.
Dune. I'm super
Dune
looking
was
forward to Dune. Dune was amazing. I want to see.
I still have to
Dune
watch that.
You might not like it, DayDay. I will say you might not like it.
I fell asleep
Okay,
the first
yeah,
time.
that's
Just
fine.
the freaking soundtrack. Oh my god, that's sick.
I heard good things though.
It's very artistic. It's just it's so slow. The pacing is really slow, but it's very artistic. That's why I liked it. But-
The casting too. It's like this person's in it. What? This person's in it. This person's in it too. Like,
Hmm.
just wild.
That movie was crazy.
Yeah.
that director, I didn't realize he had a really strong like history of movies. And it made sense. Like, oh wow, so that's why this guy. And he took it to like his interpretations, the level of detail he took his interpretations was like very respectful. So it was cool. Respectable, I mean. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait for the second one. I think it's been greenlit. They're gonna make it because the first one did so well.
Wait, so they didn't even greenlight the second one?
No, not until after. They had to make sure that it was gonna be okay.
Yo, I hate motherfuckers.
What? That's how the movie industry works, man. If the second one doesn't do good, or the first one doesn't do good, they're not gonna make the second one.
No, you gotta commit, yo. Like,
that's why there was no Amazing Spider-Man 3.
That's different. That's like a comic book character. This is like a book. There's like an actual story. Like, imagine they just put out Fellowship of the Ring, but because no one saw the rest, like, they were like, fuck it.
Well, it did well, though.
Yeah.
I know, but still.
If it was a shitty movie, would you have wanted to see the rest if it was a really shitty movie? Like, I don't think so.
I was pissed. I think that was the first time I went to a movie theater and the movie didn't end.
I was pissed, too.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this shit?
I didn't even know what it was. I've
never
even
starting to go.
I didn't even know the lore.
There was an article that I read recently that said Peter Jackson is who ruined, Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings trilogy ruined the industry, movie industry.
Because
and rightfully so, yeah. Because before that movie, there was no such thing as like a giant trilogy or like whatever. Like, even if it did, it would always have an ending.
Was that before Harry Potter? Oh yeah, that's what you mean.
Yeah, sure.
But they still had endings. Harry Potter still had endings.
Yeah, like each movie at least has an ending, but this one is just it just ends.
Well, the thing is, anyone who read the book knew that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I've never heard about this before. I've never heard about it before. My dad, we sat through 2.5 hours, and we're like, what? We're like, wait, what? They're still gonna what?
I was so mad at my friend because he read the book, so he knew what was gonna happen, but he didn't tell me. And then you knew it wasn't gonna end. You brought me to this. I was like,
I was mad. I was straight up. I'm like, I have to wait a year to figure out what happens, and then that movie ends. And you're like, it's not over.
Yeah, that was one question.
Two Towers was dope, though. Two Towers was dope. Nice. I really like Two Towers.
Yeah, it's Lord of the Rings, eh?
Helm's Deep, yeah.
Yeah, the Helm's Deep battle was ill.
That was my favorite. Yeah.
Blowing the fucking trumpet and shit. Shit, son.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know any other stuff I'm looking forward to movie-wise. Even do you guys stay post-credits? Obviously. Yes. Pre-credits, post-credits on Spider-Man?
Yes.
Oops. Yeah, sure, it looks cool, but...
Paul didn't watch it.
That's alright.
Oh, yeah. I didn't reference
sure.
specifics.
Sure.
Just remember, stay pre-credits, post-credits.
What was it? Oh, yeah. I remember it now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Paul, when you arrived, we kind of already touched on, like, what's going on in the States of, like, lockdown or lack thereof. And how... All right, so I guess to wrap it up, to kind of come full circle to how we opened, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like the U.S. should start tightening up some stuff?
Down, but like our hospital is pretty much getting overrun right now. Like our ICU is like full, and our
and it's all COVID.
So our hospital's like 200 beds, 50 beds taken by COVID, and our ICU I think is like 70% of them are COVID.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. But like luckily, I mean, our state still has like a lot of ICU beds. You know, it's just our hospital doesn't. We were reaching like a we're really busy. Luckily, not really as much in psych yet. Usually we follow a few weeks after.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's mainly the nursing staff shortages that's going all around. That's the big issue. So
Is that a new shortage? Like, you know
no,
how that okay.
this is a shortage on a shortage on a shortage. It's been going nonstop, like, all over the US and all over Canada. So
And that's because of overwork. People are just quitting.
overwork, it's just a million things, like overwork, shitty patients, to be honest.
Mm.
And yeah, and like overworked, underpaid, all that stuff. Underappreciated,
Mhm.
all that stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, because like nurses, they get assaulted more than like most jobs in the world. Like they get physically assaulted all the time,
Really?
and then people are told, "Oh, that's part of the job." Oh, but it's like, what? You shouldn't have to think that. Yeah, because like
I've never
patients,
heard this.
they're demented or they get agitated, they'll
Oh,
attack,
I see.
or they're in withdrawals, alcohol withdrawal, drug withdrawal, and they'll swing. And so like nurses get attacked a lot.
Wow.
It's a pretty shitty job. And then of course family members get pissed off. Nurse, what's going on? And so like it's a shitty job, honestly. They deserve like much higher pay than they're getting for this work, especially how many hours they put in.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so that's why there's a lot of them quit. So I don't blame them.
So you do think that the U.S. should tighten stuff up to address this?
I wish. I mean, I think if everyone still does their part of just get vaccinated, so do your best to just all that stuff. I mean, do we need a lockdown? We have the ICU capacity. I don't think so yet.
Right.
I don't think we need to lock down.
Oh yeah, DayDay was going over numbers, man. Like 8.1 million
cases
in the last 28 days.
Yep.
Versus Canada's
500,000.
500,000.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I believe that. Let's see, COVID Michigan. What's our statistics? Oh shit! Yeah, we spiking.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. The graph. It's actually really scary.
Yeah, pretty bad. What's the hospitalization rate?
So this ICU stuff, 50, you said 50 beds or 50%, 70%.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be going in there unless they really needed to go in there, right? Like most people catching this are just being sent home and told to stay home.
So the CDC is telling people that if you're a healthcare worker, you can go back to work because we're short.
Yeah, if you're asymptomatic or something, you can still go back to work. And
they're telling
what?
They're telling the healthcare workers to go back to work
because they need them.
Need someone. Yeah, so that's what they're telling us.
Because they wear PPE, I guess. Is that why?
No, it's because they're short-staffed.
Yeah, they're short-staffed.
Collapse.
But don't they have to wear PPE if they are?
You always have to wear PPE regardless.
Yeah. Okay. So they're taking that risk, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's mainly because of the short staffing. But what was the question? Yeah, it's getting pretty bad. I mean, I've already been prepping for like, even if it's not really a lockdown, I'm like not going out as much anymore. So like I'm getting my groceries delivered now and I'm just like staying in. I canceled my gym membership and I just work out in my apartment or my condo gym.
Yeah.
I'm like doing that stuff, kind of keeping it.
I asked earlier them too, like, what's your fear level? Like, does it feel? Are you scared of it?
To be honest, I kind of like that lockdown. I don't know, like
you like that it's not lockdown.
No, like with the
No.
last lockdown, like I had a blast, man. Like I got to just like walk around, just chill, take it easy. I don't know. I'm privileged about that, like I get that. Like for me, I didn't I came to a new city and everything, so I didn't know nobody. I mean, it was a little lonely,
Yeah.
but like I don't know. I got this time to just really slow down and like I didn't really care for much else. Like it was kind of nice, like just to spend time just chilling with my plants and my pets and then all that stuff. So it was good.
Oh, I meant more like, are you scared of COVID? Like, are you scared of getting it?
Yeah, I am scared of getting it. I'm pretty scared of getting it because if I get it, they have to shut down. Like, there's no one really who can cover me, like, for my job. Like,
that's why. Okay.
there's me and another psychiatrist, and if one of us falls sick, the other one has to carry everything, and it's a lot of work. And
shit.
so, like, I really pray he doesn't get sick, and I really hope I don't get sick. So that's the biggest concern right now. I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to get another booster again, to be honest.
A second booster?
Yeah. I got my first booster in like September.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's only 3 months, right?
Yeah. No, I think I got it like even before September. No, I got it in like summertime.
Yeah.
Like,
90-day efficacy, right?
Yeah, I got it real early because I wanted to go on some trip or something. So I got a booster. So I feel like I need to get another one. Yeah, so I just don't want to get sick. Like 100%. I don't want anyone to get sick, but yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like it was kind of, I mean, it's chill for me. And it's not like I go out that much anymore anyway, so. But I feel for my friends in the restaurant industry though. It's terrible. Bars and all that, gym people, hairstylists, all that stuff. That's rough.
Yeah.
Well, hairstylists, apparently they can still have 50% capacity. These venues still have 50% capacity. I just don't understand why they couldn't give 50% capacity to restaurants and
I
bars,
was
I guess,
in Canada for Christmas time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was definitely different going to a restaurant, seeing 50% capacity, and like everyone really masking up and them checking everything. I was like, wow, we haven't done that in like a long time here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, the bars and restaurants here, they're like still full. Yeah.
We're all fucked, man.
Yeah. I heard
All of us.
Raptors game's only 1,000 people allowed to the game.
We're still having games? I didn't even know that. I didn't even know we were still having games.
Yeah. I think guys are still having games. It's just 1,000 guests. I don't know how they decide that. Or how many.
Which 1,000, right?
Yeah, or like, how expensive would those tickets be, or, know?
Yeah.
But.
And last question for you, Paul, is do you have anything you're looking forward to for this year, 2022? Not necessarily resolutions, but if you have resolutions or just projections on like how your year is gonna be.
Shit. I don't really think that far ahead. Like, my life is pretty chill right now. Like, I'm honestly pretty happy just status quo right now.
Dude, you went to Greece. You've been to like international traveling last year. Is there like any? I don't know if there's been an update since then. I really don't know if I should even be asking. But things are good there too, along those lines.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She's traveled. She's a travel nurse, right? So she's in California now working. So, so she's in California right now. She's back here. I'm gonna fly out to San Francisco, to see her end of January, and then so this is why I wish you guys were in the States, because it's like so easy to fly to different cities, like catching a bus, like yeah. So if I wanted like a different city, different vibe, or different weather, it's just like you don't worry, and you just fly,
Well,
It's a
not
lot
that you don't have to worry. It's just there's less hurdles. There's
yeah,
just-
much less hurdles, you know, and so it's so
and
convenient.
here in Canada, it's cold in Canada. It's cold everywhere in Canada. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And
what
that's
sucks.
like that's,
Yeah.
that's what sucks. Like, but I haven't even, I usually go to Florida like twice a year, and now it's like this is the first time I haven't been to Florida in like 2, 3 since COVID started.
oh
shit.
wow.
Yeah, so I'm like,
that
wow.
might be that's a kind of like a good thing. Isn't Florida pretty wild?
I mean, I kind of miss it though. Like, I really do miss it. Like,
Yeah, I can see
good
that.
weather, chill, and everything. Like, I like Florida.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But it's alright. Like, I hate the cold weather. I'm probably gonna move in the south in maybe a few years. Like, I'm thinking about moving to Texas.
Oh shit! Eh?
Yeah.
Tejas.
There,
Why?
don't they have more tigers there than in the rest of the world?
Actually, Taylor, Michigan, which is like just south of the airport here,
Yeah.
they have like apparently the highest per capita of like jungle cats in like America. Like
What?
the highest per capita. I don't know where they are. It's like this little suburb of like Detroit, but apparently there's like a super high like population of jungle cats that people keep in the area.
Like Tiger
Oh.
King type?
Yeah, Tiger King type. Like shit.
Wow.
Yeah. People are
I mean,
crazy.
Texas.
Why are you guys talking about Tiger
everything's
King?
big in Texas. Apparently Michigan, just south of.
So like Taylor, Michigan. Let me
Taylor.
look this because I remember reading something.
Okay.
Yeah. So apparently there's just like a shit ton of like big cats, like tigers and stuff, and African cats, like in Taylor, Michigan.
Oh.
Yeah.
They go hard out there.
Yeah. Some like Tiger King type of shit. So. Oh man, but I'm sick of winter, dude. Like, a lockdown, especially during the winter, would suck. You know, like during the summer, at least I could walk outside. Well, the
Yep.
winter, ugh, terrible.
Yep.
But have you guys been to Detroit? Like, have y'all actually like been to Detroit?
I've never been.
Maybe when I was young.
I've been to Detroit. My one of my mom's childhood friends lived out there, so we went to visit for a bit.
Nice.
Yeah, then I've also driven through there from Chicago.
Okay,
at
yeah.
night. That was
Where'd that happen?
scary.
I mean, if you go now, Detroit's like super, super nice. Like,
Yeah, no, this was like back in like 2013.
like yeah, Detroit, you shouldn't drive around.
Oh, yo, Paul, your mic's messed up.
Like even 10 years ago,
Oh,
you shouldn't
okay.
drive around Detroit, but now it's like much, much better. Yeah.
You just mean like it's cleaner and it's like more friendly and social?
Yeah, it's much more friendly now. Before, it really wasn't.
I just remember driving like scariest. Yo, there was 3 fucked up things that happened in that night. One, because as we were driving, it was like pitch black, right? This is maybe like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
1 a.m.
Very.
We were driving. The first thing we saw was a long ass wall with graffiti on it, but the graffiti was a finger. Like, picture this is the whole wall. It was like a finger here, and it was just pointing, and then the finger itself was like this long, and it was just painted on the wall. And I'm just like, what the fuck? That's scary as fuck. Then the other thing was like, we drove past this telephone pole, and it looked like there was a bunch of like voodoo dolls pinned to it. There was maybe like 10, and they were just like pinned to the fucking pole. And then we like came to like a stop sign or something, and there was just this random dude that just crossed the street. There was literally no one else on the street, and he just crossed the street in front of us. We're just
Yeah.
like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, because it's pitch black. Like they don't like to.
I don't like street lights.
Yeah, in Detroit, mainly in the
Full of
suburbs.
Amish people there or something?
No, they just don't like streetlights. Like
Oh.
they think it's safer if it's like dark, so that way
People don't go out.
wandering. Yeah, it's like this weird concept that they have in their heads. Like,
Oh, that's the actual thing.
yeah,
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
because there was no one on the street, and it was pretty dark.
yeah, because it's like, who's gonna want to walk around when it's pitch black, right? Like,
Oh
that's
shit!
the thing why it's so dark all over Michigan, in a lot of places. So yeah,
Whoa.
it's like that, but I mean, it's great here. It's like a small town vibe, but it's a big city. It's like more population than Montreal, right? Like we're bigger than Montreal.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do.
When this whole thing's over, I'll be sure to visit.
Yeah, I'll go. You're right there. You can drive.
Mhm.
Like, there's a lot of history, which is so dope. Like, and what I like compared to Toronto is like they have this like city identity here. I mean, Toronto's great. Toronto's like multicultural and all that stuff, but like Toronto's a young city, right? Like it doesn't have as deep historical roots as like many other cities. So like Detroit is like, this is Motown. This is Motown music. This is Detroit. This is the Motor City. This is like Detroit Rock City, and they have like all this like pride about being from Detroit and all that stuff.
How's the
And,
food?
like very blue. Oh, food's good.
Food
food's
scene's
good.
good. Really?
Food
Okay.
scene's excellent because a lot of the chefs that are here, so they're like, there's a lot of them are Michelin trained, and they open up restaurants in Detroit because it was a lot cheaper to open up a restaurant in Detroit than in Chicago or New York. And
Right.
this is like the middle ground between the two.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Point. Okay.
Yeah. And then yeah, the bars are great. I mean, people are pretty approachable here, At least before COVID. I don't know what it's like now. The population is like, well, as Asians, we're definitely going to be the minority, 100%. But it's great because it's like, how I describe it is like, take Toronto and turn every like brown person, Indian person into a black person, and you got Detroit. And you got Detroit,
Oh damn.
Yeah. So, because Detroit, and it's it's a strong black city. It's great, like culture, the vibe.
All right. I'm sold. See
The
you in the
music.
summer.
Summers in Michigan, like I think they're still the best ones out of like everywhere else I've been in the U.S. Just because you got the lakes, you got like the parks, you got everything. You want to go camping, do all that.
Best, eh?
Hmm?
The best.
Yeah, because we have more coastline than California due to the
Yeah,
Great Lakes.
Oh. Your coast, but it's still on Lake Ontario? Or is
No.
it Michigan?
Michigan's surrounded by like Lake Michigan, Lake Ontario. There's even a bit of Lake Erie, and I think
Huron?
yeah, I believe
What?
you're on. I mean, yeah, it's surrounded by like all the lakes. It's like literally like
Really?
surrounded by them.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, look up the map.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's closed in between. It doesn't touch
Ontario.
Ontario. Yeah,
No.
so it's Erie, Huron, and Michigan on 75% of it. So,
Yeah, and then you also have the Upper Peninsula, which I think touches on another part of another lake.
Superior? Nah. Oh, I'm not looking at that. Oh, I see. Yeah. Michigan's part of that.
Yeah, so that's why it's crazy. You got like everything. So, but also what I like about being like in Detroit is like when you go to other cities, they ask you where you're from. When you say Detroit, people are like, "Oh shit, you're from Detroit."
You're hard, yeah.
Detroit, I was like, "Yo, it's from D." Like it's Detroit. What up, though? That's sick.
Pull up.
Oh, and if you ever go to a Pistons game, so Detroit has the ice cam instead of a kiss cam, like a dance
Yeah.
cam. They have
Saw
the
that.
ice, which is sick. Like I don't know, it's hilarious because like I mean, I like that gold. You know, I bought some gold chains. I'm like, this is sick. I don't know. I love it.
You've adopted it, eh?
Yeah.
You wear your chains out?
I do.
Big chains?
There's
Multiple at
some
the same
bars and
time? Like
clubs
3
that'll
chains?
tell you to put it away. Huh?
Oh,
There-
sorry.
there-
Go ahead.
There'll be some bars and clubs that will tell you to put it away.
Oh, because
Yeah.
like you might get robbed?
They just don't want to, like have it to start a fight or something.
Oh, wow. Okay. But you'd wear like 3 chains at once?
No, I wear 2.
2, okay.
Not enough.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, you know, that's something for me to look forward to, I guess, this year in terms of travel. I don't think
I
international
mean,
is
it's
going to
only
happen.
3.5 hours drive, man. It's not that far.
It's more so the border thing. Like it's just that I've created this stigma with crossing the border because of what's the pandemic. You know, I don't know. I've created this thing like I'm not going to the
just don't wanna get
States.
stuck.
I'll go to other continents and I'll go to Europe and I'll go to, you know, Asia or whatever to travel, or the Caribbean. But it's
I'll go
like,
to
but the
Japan.
US is like,
But
I
not
don't know.
US.
Yeah, I don't know why
I
I've
don't
developed
know.
that in my head. I don't know.
I feel like-
Yeah.
No, that's valid. We got 8.1 million the past.
Yeah, that's what.
month.
Yeah, I guess. I don't
That's
know.
why, man. I was like,
But I
yeah.
feel like it's you know, I look outside, the world's not burning, you know. It's like, we go to work.
Well, I mean, at that point, it's too late.
The world's burning inside.
yeah,
that's
you
what they're
know.
waiting. Yeah, you have.
Do you guys watch? Do you guys watch Don't Look Up?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. I
It's
liked it.
funny.
Was alright.
Jonah Hill was
Which
so good.
movie?
Don't look up.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you all about that. How'd you feel about that?
I liked it. I liked it.
It was good. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was gonna
very
be a more serious movie, and then it was.
Then you saw Jonah Hill.
I thought they were very Jonah Hill. Yeah. I thought it was very valid criticisms of like American culture. I thought it was great.
Yes, it was very.
Yeah.
Very.
It was a good satire of like.
No, Ariana Grande killed it, and then you get Kid Cudi there too. Like shit. I was like,
Oh,
wow.
I missed Kid Cudi. Was he the boyfriend?
Yeah, his boyfriend.
Oh,
Or-
he's the boyfriend. Okay.
yeah.
I
What
thought,
did you
like,
think, Deji? Yeah.
the whole concept of just like the whole planet being able to literally see their approaching doom, that was an interesting.
Yeah.
Like the scene where everyone just got out the car and started looking up, I was like, holy shit. Imagine just like you're in the middle of traffic and you just see that shit.
Yeah.
That's gonna fuck up the rest of your day.
What'd you guys think of their Steve Jobs? Steve
Oh, that
Jobs
guy?
and Elon Musk kind of like combination,
that
dude.
fucking-
Yeah. Like,
I thought it was hilarious.
Like, I don't know what that is, but you're gonna get eaten by it, and then she gets eaten by it. I guess that's what that is.
Oh yeah, they actually made it to the other planet too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crazy.
years later. And then at the very post, did you see the post credits?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know there was a post credit.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
was
it
there?
shows Jonah Hill coming out of the rubble. He's like snapping, yo, post apocalypse, yo. He's like doing a Snapchat or a TikTok. He's doing a TikTok, and he's like
That's
looking for his
crazy.
mom. But yeah, it was took it just
That
that
was
next
good.
level.
I think it was also hilarious where they were like, they're from Michigan State University, and then they were like, it's actually a really good astrology.
They kept looking down at them. Yeah.
It's like, it's a very good astronomy program. They're
They're
like,
like, we'll get some of our people, Ivy League.
Yeah.
Ivy League.
Ivy League. And I was like,
Place
that's
is.
yeah, which is hilarious because that is American
Yeah.
culture. You know, it's like they care more about the name rather than like the actual product. And so I was like dying, and I was like, oh, look at that, Michigan. We're in the movie. I was like, yeah.
The one thing I liked that they kept that there was multiple callbacks to was when the general
Oh yeah,
got them to pay for the food at the White House.
That was funny.
That was
That was
funny.
funny.
And there was
Why
like
would
3
he charge you
callbacks
for
to it. It was like, I still can't
would he-
figure out.
I think it's just a play on power. He gets off on power.
free snacks and he's charging for it.
It's like he comes back. He's like, man, they charge you a fortune for these. I think about 10 a piece is enough. And then he's like, do you have change? No. He takes a full 20 or 15 from the other guy. That was funny.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. That was a cool one. Nice chill one to start the year. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. What?
Oh, sorry. No, I was just gonna say I gotta run, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna call it. It was a good time. But yeah, good to see you, man.
Yeah, man.
Paul, good to hear from you.
Yeah.
I'll see you this year, man. You know what? Yeah, we were planning on going to Japan, Korea. I don't think it's happening. I don't think that will happen.
You can, but you have to quarantine for 10 days, mandatory. So
I don't want to do that, man. Like,
that's a waste.
Stupid. Yeah, it's so much time.
I
So
wanna-
Michigan, it is. Check out all 3 lakes. Who knows? Maybe we'll do like a road trip or something. Yeah.
Or you can go to
Oh,
Vancouver, and then I can meet you there too.
There you go.
I mean, I'm
man.
going to Kelowna in February. Do you want to meet me there?
February? Maybe. I'll have to see.
Mike and Sharon are going too.
Really?
Yeah, February 2 to 10.
Oh man, I hope this COVID stuff goes down because I want to do Patty's Day in Chicago.
St. Patty's Day in Chicago.
That's not gonna. I don't see that happening.
I don't see it
anytime
happening.
soon, Paul.
Yeah.
At least St. Patty's. Oh no, that's a few months. We'll see. Hopefully, a couple of them then.
Well, you know, they'll do this lockdown. They're gonna extend it, and then numbers will kind of. Oh, maybe not for you guys because you guys aren't doing that. I don't know. I don't know how you guys are gonna bring your numbers down, but in terms of Canada, I think this lockdown for 2 weeks is just for show. People are probably going to complain if they said it would be longer, so they're just doing it in little increments. So at the end of this 2 weeks, they're probably like, we're gonna extend it another 2 weeks, and then extend it another. Yeah, I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Whatever, but it should cause our numbers to come back down by the time it warms up again in spring. So hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
But yeah, man, I want to. That's cool. Detroit, you sold. I'm sold. I'm sold based on what you said with the history and stuff, and like food was important to me, and so Michelin trained.
Detroit style pizza is better than Chicago. It's better than New York. Detroit style pizza, 100%.
Detroit style pizza is better than Chicago, New York. Wow, those are big claims, man.
Oh, they know it too. They know it. They're too busy arguing with each other because they know Detroit's the best one. So they're gonna argue with Chicago and New York.
Damn.
They're never gonna fight us because they know they can't beat us.
So it's not super thin. It's not super thick. It's in the middle.
You just gotta try it. It's bomb. Like,
all right. I'll do it. I'm down.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you. We'll see you guys next week. Thursday again, 10 p.m. Chill out.
Later, man.
Peace out,
So-
y'all.
See you guys.
Thanks for
Peace, yo.